hello there. What? You're judging my taste in music? You know you love it too. It's rather catchy, isn't it? Now the reason why I'm so distracted and I'm putting my feet up and so relaxed about today, not having to revise on the script, is because someone we're meeting, we're doing the job for me. So all I got to do is just to dance my way into the stage. Hello, it's Michael for IELTS FACE-OFF, and today I'm without Phoebe, but I've got someone else to give me some support. And what is the topic for today? So as my childhood or my teenage life hero Eminem once asked, if you had one shot, one opportunity, would you capture the moment, would you take it, or would you let it slip away? Well, it is the topic for today, breakthroughs. Our guest for today is no stranger to breakthroughs. Why don't we take a closer look at the following video.
Hello IELTS FACE-OFF, my name is Dustin Phúc Nguyễn. I am currently a host and a content creator on YouTube channel Dustin On The Go. My favorite things to do are traveling and reading books at the same time. My favorite quote, it's from Albert Einstein. Try not to become a man of success. Rather, become a man of value.
Awesome. I mean, just look at the video already. I can feel his charisma, but I still want to see the guy in person. So how about we make way for the one and only Dustin Phúc Nguyễn! Hey, dude, how are you doing?
I'm good, how are you doing, Michael?
Dude, just let me check you out first. Wow, it's Dustin Phúc Nguyễn in the flesh.
Yes, it's me in the flesh. Hey, everyone.
Yeah, but I don't feel intimidated. I actually feel like we've been mates for a long time. It's quite cool, huh?
Yes.
Okay, how about we take a seat and have a chat?
Sure.
And just quickly chill together
Chill.
on IELTS FACE-OFF. Oh man, I'm still trying to come to terms with the fact that I'm sitting with a Dustin Phúc Nguyễn.
Why?
I'm a 90s kid, right?
Okay.
I grew up watching MTV, and I saw you on TV, and I never thought I'd ever get this opportunity to actually sit here and talk with you in person. Kids like me, born in the 90s and all that, we all knew about you. So could you share with us how you made your breakthrough into the showbiz industry, into the music industry, and score that gig that I never got at MTV?
When I was young, just like you guys, I was sitting in front of the TV, you know, watching music videos from MTV. But I had a dream. I told myself, I want to be like him. Because I want to be in that screen. And I want to do that gig. I want to talk like him. Well, it didn't happen until I graduated from college, and there's only one chance. I heard that MTV is licensed in Vietnam.
Right.
And they allowed young people to register to join a competition. It was like a once in a lifetime because it never happened another time. That's the only one. I signed up and I put all of my heart into the competition. Well, what happened, happened.
How old were you at the time, and how did you overcome that sort of fear?
It was 2012. I was 24. I was shaking and trembling. You know, first time ever appear in front of a camera. I didn't study anything about production or hosting or acting. Didn't have a good voice. And this is a hosting competition. It's a very, very unforgettable experience.
I don't buy the fact that you just claimed just then that you didn't have a nice voice. Just listening to you right now, man, it's just like your voice is mesmerizing, like seriously.
Thank you.
So How did you, over time, develop this voice that you've got right now?
Listening to music, watching movies, watch the same movie twice. If you have Vietnamese subtitles, you can watch it a second time to guess and to prove that, okay, your translation is correct. And if you have a chance, you can travel or go study abroad and try not to stick with your local Vietnamese friends, you know. Talk to someone who is strange and out of your comfort zone. Do not be afraid to say it wrong, because you know what, people will fix you.
No one has any right to tell you who you want to be.
Yes.
It's completely within your rights, yeah?
Yeah.
I've got to say you've met some incredible people along the journey as well. So who have left the deepest impressions on you?
Impressive was Huy Lê. We are about the same age. And I watch her, I follow her on Vietnam Idol. And she was, you know, a breakthrough contestant because she chose to sing, you know, English song, US, UK songs on Vietnam Idol. I adored her until I had a chance when I was at MTV. I got to interview her in one of the MTV shows. She had a little bit of attitude. She was like, "Are you trying to interview me? No, this is not the time. Come on, no, I don't have makeup. But I don't know, I don't care. This is my job. I was assigned to follow you from the airport into the bus. So you cannot say that you're not prepared, okay?" We had a fight, something like that, and I was like, okay, good to go. You not be interviewed. And from that until the time I met her on my set of Voss Stories, I was not happy about that. I thought she was not nice.
But cooperative.
Yes.
Would you call her stuck up a little bit?
I don't know. I didn't have a chance to ask her.
Yeah.
But then I thought, why not make this a truce? Asking her, invite her to my show. That would be interesting, right? So I contact her manager.
Right, okay.
And she was like, oh yeah, nice, yes. Huy Lê, you know, she was like, okay, but because she doesn't care. Huy Lê, okay, you know, she would like yell at somebody in front of the downtown center. She doesn't care anything, but that's what I liked about her, okay? When I found out that she didn't think anything about what happened, that's what her character. Sometimes you can't judge people by just, you know, one action.
True, absolutely, yeah.
And you don't know them enough. We laughed away about our situation. And we were good friends now. Huy Lê was amazing. I liked her character, her way of thinking. Huy Lê was a very rare case that you have to talk to her and to like her.
What was the common grounds between you two? Obviously, there had to be some common grounds to bridge you guys together, to help you achieve that breakthrough in your relationships, as well as that truce that you wanted. What was it?
We don't feel like we have to reach a certain numbers in our career. And that I connected to her.
Right.
We focus on the quality. Okay? Whatever you do, make sure that you have the quality first, and then the quantity will come after.
You have moved on from your MCing career onto social media and being a producer as well. So could you, let us in on why you decided to do this?
I never call myself a producer. I would call myself until now a content creator. It's more YouTube friendly, you know. Back then, I had a fear of losing my career because I'm getting older and there are, you know, better and better competitors in the market. So what to do to keep me to do what I like? It's hosting. I kept thinking, I think, oh my God, YouTube, we have YouTube. Everybody can be a vlogger, right? I had, you know, GoPro cameras. I watched, you know, James Corden, Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh yeah.
So why not do something like them, but low budget? So I failed the first 3 times that I made a video. I had to threw away all of the first 3 episodes that you never have a chance to see. Those people were Quốc Thiên, first time, Phạm Hồng Phước, and Ting, my first 3 karaoke with Dustin's episodes.
Awesome.
Failed totally, though.
But that wasn't the first time you fell to rise again, right? You rose again.
Yes, I had to do it again. I cannot stop because I wanted to show everyone that I can talk, I can speak. And if I keep continuing doing something very traditional, I know I will have some problem. People would not like me because back in the day, I don't have that, traditional look. I don't have that traditional voice or the way of expression or even the way of thinking. That's why I call myself an outcast. So I was really, really going on a very lonely road. Even though I don't have any money to do that, I have to pay, all of the fee, the cost, the gas. But then after 1 year, karaoke with Dustin was, a success to me.
A hit, yeah, cool.
And I had to think of another way because you cannot copy anyone's original show and make it your own. So Richard, one of my partner, we spent time going to bars, we loved drinking, and we thought of doing something that combines hosting with drinking.
Are those the 2 sort of main interests in your life at the moment?
Yes, yes. You have to find your, interest in your daily life. It could be baking, it could be cooking, drawing, or cleaning. Be creative. There's no limits in making content, okay?
I'm sure a lot of our audience members here would love to hear more about your journey and they have set their own questions too. So, anyone keen to give this handsome gentleman some questions? Hey you, could you introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is My Nguyễn Trà and I'm come from Bắc Ninh.
Hi, Me.
And the question that I'm going to ask you that, do you have any difficulties in pursuing this career?
Difficulties, it's something that you can play with. If you don't have a good voice, you can go to schools. I took a class of stage theater in Ho Chi Minh, and I get to practice my voice. It was my insecurity that I didn't have a good voice. So you can practice. You can play with your difficulties. You will have more and more and more difficulties along the way. So you cannot avoid it.
Yeah, can't run away from them.
Yeah.
Okay, so any more questions?
Yeah, hello Michael and hello Dustin and hello you guys. I'm Queen and I'm come from Bắc Ninh too. I have one question for Dustin. I'm also people like hosting and singing, but I'm unconfident. So do you have any tips for me to improve my confidence?
Can I ask you to stand up? All right, and introduce yourself again, shortly, quickly, and confidently.
Hello you guys, my name is Quỳnh and my full name is Nguyễn Thị Quỳnh. I come from Bắc Ninh and I'm being here to take part in the IELTS FACE-OFF, and I'm so happy.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
That's all.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Now you had a chance. You had a chance to practice, right? My tip is know what your weaknesses are and make fun of your weaknesses in front of the public. Show them your true weaknesses, and people will find that you are not harmful, and they'll support you. They'll think that you are nice, you are good to be with. Then you can make the whole atmosphere very friendly. If you're trying to suck it up and try to be perfect in front of everyone, seems like you don't have any, weaknesses, they will feel like, okay, you are cold and you're a perfectionist. I don't want to be with, someone like that.
I am so enlightened. Where have you been all my life?
I don't know. I was so shy.
Man. Do you teach people too? Do you run training classes?
I had some like a gig for RMIT students.
But I originally I didn't plan to teach.
Well, if you get bored of doing what you're doing now, and later on, if you feel that it's the right time, maybe you should consider a career in teaching, because you're a really good teacher. I feel really inspired. Okay, so that has basically wrapped up our journey today for breakthroughs. But don't forget, breakthroughs are not just about success. Before success, you have to have a lot of hard work. You need to pick yourself up. You need to fall to rise again. Man, if anything, I've got to say that meeting you today has even wowed me even more about you and breakthroughs. And we hope that, you know, through IELTS Face-Off, you feel inspired, you feel empowered, and feel free to hit me up or Dustin up anytime if you want to get some more tips on breakthroughs, and we're with you all along the way. But now, just before we say goodbye, how about we get out of the studio and get further inspired through IELTS On The Go. Yo, yo, we're not gone yet. It's Dustin and me still, because we still have got IELTS On The Go. Have you been to Sapa yet?
Not yet. Oh my God.
Well, you don't need to go to Sapa because you're already here, and we have our friend Tung who will show you what Sapa is like. So, let's hit it.
Oh, hello viewers and everyone on the set of the IELTS Face-Off. This is Tung Đặng, an IELTS musketeer, and this is IELTS On The Go. And today we're here in Sapa, more specifically one of the most, extensively documented attractions of Sapa, which is the night market, a place that's frequented by, locals and tourists alike. And as with, in keeping with the new format of the show, I've asked a local to help out to learn more about this town. So, could you please introduce yourself to the viewers?
Hi guys, I'm Huy. I've been living here for 3 years, and at the moment I'm working in Hoàng Liên National Park in the field of agricultural development.
Okay.
Sapa is the place that gave me the first job.
Okay.
So my major was natural resources management.
And you study in Hanoi?
And I study in Hanoi.
Okay.
So I got an opportunity to work in a national park where I can devote all my knowledge to the local people.
So how do you like it here? You've been living here for a few years?
I think
Sapa
like is like my second home. Okay. Sometimes I call it my little sweet home.
This is Sapa Night Market, where you can find lots of interesting activities, but I guess there are 3 main things that you should do in here. First, eat. Here are a couple of suggestions. Try smoked meat, baked eggs, raw meat with mursa cabbage. After eating, I suggest you could take a walk and see what you want to do then. There are games with rewards, karaoke singing, selfies with cosplay characters, and speaking English with ethnic people. I have to admit that their English is really awesome. Last thing to do in here is to buy some souvenirs. I think you can buy a handicraft, smoked meat, shiitake mushroom, or a bottle of wine.
The introduction to Sapa that you just gave, that was meant to be a speaking part 2 sample.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
So I was secretly testing you.
Okay, so how was that? What do you think about my performance?
What I liked most about your answer was that it was very sincere, it was very authentic.
Thank you so much. It's kind of great to hear that from you.
All right. So have you taken the IELTS before?
Yeah, I took the IELTS 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
What skill gave you the hardest time?
I think it's surely the writing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what were you struggling with?
Well, at that time I didn't know why I was stuck at 6.5.
Okay.
I just don't know.
Okay.
And actually, I reached out to one of the very famous experts. Well, actually, at the beginning, I was afraid that she may not have time for me.
Okay.
But I challenged myself.
Okay.
You should ask her because you know you can trust in her.
Okay.
So I texted her through her Facebook page.
Okay.
And I got kind of instant response. And
Really?
she explained everything in really details.
Okay.
So it helped me a lot. I think since then I know how my IELTS writing should be improved in the future.
That's a really amazing story that all of us can relate to.
Yeah, that surprised me at that time too. I do think that you guys, if you really want to improve your IELTS, you should approach the right person, the person who knows the most about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So authentic people, authentic materials,
authentic
that's the key to success.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you for a very beautiful evening. Thank you for showing me around this beautiful town.
Okay, it's my pleasure.
Yeah, you've been calling this your home for a couple of years now, and I can totally see why.
Exactly.
All right, so back to you guys on the set of IELTS Face-Off. This has been a beautiful evening.
Ooh, awesome.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, so we've made a bit of a breakthrough in our relationship today. So have you got anything to say to inspire audiences to in the upcoming breakthroughs before we leave the show?
Okay, somebody say that do not dream, that's a cliche, but don't stop dreaming. Because I had my dream, and I followed my dream, and here I am today with you guys. So I hope you do the same too.
We hope that we have given you a little bit of empowerment so you can, you know, feel free to hit us up anytime. Dustin and me are always on call to help you along the way. So that's it for now, and until next time, Michael Lu signing out.
Bye.
And Dustin too.